Welcome back to another scene for the Sept of the Red Branch, where Maeve, glorious Maeve, is. She's hanging out. She's doing her thing. She's been keeping busy, and you know what? She has been good and dutiful, and she sees Daniel when she's riding in the mornings, but he's busy with literally teaching everyone. It's not quite the same. So you know what? Fuck it. She's gonna go a hunting for the elusive young lion just because fuck it. He's her friend. She likes hanging out with him and stuff.
Daniel, currently, you will see him coming out of where the statues of Auburn. You see he's walking out of that area. Do you know what I mean? Probably hands in his jacket.
Cheery little wave.
It's just an easygoing nod, oh, it's me.
It is time to enact obnoxious chick friend protocols. Which means that as he's walking, she will foot over, just take pace next to him, and do the lean over. What you doing?
Walking.
Oh God, that was as bad as the question I asked. I immediately regret this.
You give that nod, yep.
You have practice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Well, in that case, evening.
Hello, Maeve.
How are you?
Manager.
I'll take it. You're so glad.
Yeah, just walking along. Kind of, you go, hey, oh. Kind of just watches you as you kind of, in front of him. Do you know what I mean?
Not being a total weirdo. It's the whole managing. She's like, I'll take it, and it's like, oh nope, there's no grin. Damn it.
And you?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I think I'm doing pretty good.
Nodding. Good.
Yeah, actually, I'm weirdly good.
Nods again.
Inexplicably good. Just managing. A little hopeful glance.
Of course.
Anything I could do to help you flourish instead?
No, not this time, unfortunately. But seeing you good is good to see.
I imagine it's a lot more preferable than me latching onto you and soaking your shirt.
Preferable, yes.
Oh, quirks a little smile. We out on a patrol or just visiting the statues?
Just visiting. Are you all right? You seem very eager.
We haven't really hung out outside of writing in a while. And I thought I would come over and do that.
I see.
Oh, my ulterior motives laid bare. Sage nods, like, yep.
I suppose if they were, I wouldn't have spotted them. Not until you at least told me about them, which is relieving.
I'm not big on the whole targeting friends with ulterior motives thing. Gonna grin over.
It's not.
Well, not my bag.
Just nods like, that's good, that's a good thing to hear, like, whew.
Because, she is truly suspicious. What a relief to know that she is not plotting evil.
She's a Machiavellian schemer, that Maeve.
I know. It's horrible. I like the story, by the way.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad.
Is that really what happened with the founding?
So some of the stories say.
Yeah, it's just the quirk of the smile, like, oh, yay. And actually, where have the Children of the Oak have been? No, they haven't been one of the ones that's primarily out by the new park or new camp. It's been mostly what, the Wild Lords?
Wild Lords, bit of Children of the Oak too, every now and again, but mostly the Wild Lords.
What have the Children of the Oak been up to?
They've been left out of a lot, man. Seamus inviting them on the raid is probably the first time they've been actually invited to a raid outside of the assault. A lot of their stuff was kind of cut across, really, in favor of the Shadows of Fate, mainly due to your pack's influence in certain things. They've been kind of on the sidelines for a lot of things. So they've been doing a lot of intercept work.
What have you been up to?
Patrolling.
Been sailing.
Indeed. I think us and the Primal are very eager to patrol, as they say.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, we patrol a lot. He kind of just says very blankly, like,
oh.
Duh.
I mean, he said eager, and I was like, really?
That was Daniel attempting sarcasm. You realize, Maeve.
It was just so flat. She's like, oh, Jesus, I was not prepared. I don't think I've ever seen you properly at a hobby besides the stables.
I generally keep to myself.
Because you'd rather, or just because that's kind of how it pans out?
Because it is easier.
Easier?
Yes, easier.
Because I hadn't thought of it that way. I guess it is. You got things to do. Starts kind of like walking backwards in front of, like not in front of him, but like, just turns around so she's like a step in front. She is eventually going to break her fucking neck, but at least for a moment. What about when you don't have other things that you need to do?
What do you mean?
Well, it's easier to be by yourself when you have something to get done. You don't need an extra set of hands or a distraction, but what about when there isn't something that you need to get done?
And I keep to myself. Just very like, yes, just walking.
Just it amounts to a grand total of like one whole pouty face.
seem disappointed by that.
Well, I am.
Why?
You're a good person. You're good to talk to. You're fun to be around. I don't see why you'd want to be alone all the time. Especially when it's quiet and there's nothing to be done. That's when it's best to be surrounded by other people.
For you, perhaps.
For me.
But it just gives that shrug, like, yeah, for you.
Has she ever actually heard any of the rumor mill he's worried about?
Not really. Daniel, that's the thing. Daniel's a very just an aloof guy, Maeve. You know what I mean? Very quiet, very reserved, very. Do you know what I mean?
You're the alpha and you're cool and you. Duh.
He's just, yeah, he's very reserved, very reclusive. He's not sad, he's just reclusive.
Just kind of chill doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she really turns back around properly to walk alongside him, so she does not, in fact, break her neck.
You seem to be expecting a great revelation, Maeve.
Great revelation.
As if I say something and you'll discover some deep hidden meaning from it.
Probably. You're pretty good at that. Or at least just saying common sense things that have been in front of my nose for ages, but I haven't looked at the right way.
What are
Which
you
totally
hoping?
still counts as a revelation.
What are you hoping to realize then?
I think this time. What makes you happy?
Raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, it's the whole nod of like, you got me.
Aside from you being my friend, what is the reason?
That's pretty much the only reason, yeah.
Kind of gives another raised eyebrow.
Is it that suspicious? I know we haven't hung out a lot, but
No, but I'm just, again, curious.
I mean, you're calm. You just don't often look really happy. I mean, everyone has something that makes them smile. Most like glance.
I didn't hear that. Maybe you mumbled. Smiling.
Everyone has something that makes them smile.
Mm-hmm. There are many things that do make me smile, Maeve. Just looking over, like, as if it's kind of like he's just curious. It's like, why is this so goddamn important to you? What? Do you know what I mean?
I guess I just haven't seen this often anymore. I'm sorry.
What is there to be smiling about?
It's kind of the shrug of like, okay, fuck. I just always thought it was important to find reasons.
Well, considering I have done a few things and seeing the results of them flourish, that does make me happy.
A little bit of a glance, like, oh.
Just leaves it at that.
Well, then I'm glad. Just very, essentially.
I'm just waiting for her to just yeah, no, it's just fucking Dan is just walking along like, yes, I'm just gonna give you vague. You know what I mean? With a smirk on his face.
It's one of those things where you make it for like 5 whole seconds before she finally, like, you can tell she crumbles. It's just I'm like, what?
Glances over. Oh, this and that.
This and that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not any less fake than what you said before.
No, it's not. It's very observant of you.
Finally, the little bit of a cheeky smile. Can I have a hint?
No,
No.
no.
Scrunchy face.
You swear that was that a smirk? Was that a smile, Maeve?
Oh, come on. Like, nudges over, like, just to bump into his arm. Like, come on.
What?
Why? Come on, little hint.
No.
Holds up the 2 fingers. Like, come on, little bitty one.
No, unfortunately, you'll have to use your deductive brain powers to solve this yourself.
I don't know. That's not nearly as fun as nagging your friends.
He just keeps walking, and unfortunately, Maeve, I have had to put up with a sister in my life, so I am well able for your nagging.
I don't want to call it cheating, but that's just starting with an advantage. Oh, I'm more used to being nagged than I'm used to nagging. Daniel, come on! Just fucking lean
He
it.
just keeps walking up along the farmer's path. Oh, I'm sorry, Maeve. My hands died.
Okay, why can't you tell me?
Because I can't.
That is just as bad as the other answers.
I know.
Is he... Like, I don't think he's badly groomed normally, but is he any more, like, coiffed up than he normally is?
I wouldn't say quiffed up, no. He just is walking with, I wouldn't say like puffed out chest. No, Daniel's not the type. You know what I mean? He's just a lot less. Remember, he was very dour?
Mm-hmm.
He's more just normal. His posture is normal. He's more. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that's good.
It would be puffed up for Daniel, if you get what I'm saying. Most people would just write it off as him being stoic, but Maeve can see it. She knows the difference. You know what I mean? This would be the equivalent of being puffed up for Daniel, essentially.
I mean, compared to where he was before, yeah, it's a pretty strong stride. I'm trying to think of tactical ways to ask. Because I don't know that Clara would do anything as blatant as like giving him something to wear. I mean, and unless she was out there at the fucking statues, there's no way that her fucking pure.
I'll give it that guy. It doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't.
It's like, all right, what's coming to fruition? And admittedly, after the fucking party, she's just like, oh, is that it? Maybe. Can't tell. Oh. Pretty much. Oh. God damn it. You can tell he's got her fucking. Now she. Before she was just kind of playing around. Now she's actually fucking dying of curiosity.
Just keeps walking. Like.
She's continuing to walk beside him. Where exactly are we headed? Just back, like, towards the general common area? Or.
Yep. Just walking along. He's just walking along the farmer's path. Chill as fuck.
Is it some super secret Magnessa initiative? Like, a little side glance, like, huh?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Indeed.
I don't like how good you are at this game.
Galliard.
Fucking sulk.
So you swear that was him going, Galliard! You know what I mean?
What?
Like
Oh! Is it a girl?
Yes.
The eyebrows gotta pop a little bit, like, ugh.
Just keep walking.
You actually gave me a yes that time.
You asked the right question.
Yeah, tips the little glance over, like, huh. Not me. I just noticed that you and Clara hit it off really well at the party.
It would appear that way, yes.
Just looking at the door. Give me any hint. He's trying to read his expression, but god damn it.
Do you think that's what it is?
Oh, she is a girl.
She is. And it's a good logical assumption. He's
I
like,
mean-
you're not wrong. Just nodding. Like, oh, no, nod.
It is a fair assumption, though I'm sure Una and Fanula have been more than happy to keep you company since they showed up.
They have. They have been very engaging.
Is he even giving a hint to whether it's like, oh god, so engaging, or just is he keeping it flat?
When he talks about New and Food, it's just so flat and dead. Engaging. Just engaging. That's what he sounds like.
Oh my god. Yeah, it cracks a smile on her. Is it Claire?
Clara had. I would not say that it's the sole reason. Clara helped influence some of it, not in the way you're assuming. Just a very matter of factly.
Thoughtful little pout again of like, huh. I'm trying to remember who the fuck Clara ever hangs out with.
Clara hangs out with Gabriel Flavus, Sigmund Torin, out of the Fiannakin. She tries and, well, Oisin tries to hang out with Clara. I'll put it like that.
Oh, Sheen. You poor guy.
Um,
Don't worry, buddy. Beltane's coming.
my time has come. But she mainly hangs out with a lot of Gru, actually.
That's the thing.
But kinfolk circle wise, definitely Sigmund Torm and Magna. Definitely. Even though, Fiona's friends with Magna too, but
Yeah, if you're
definitely
too.
definitely like 100% Gabriel Fabus. Like 100%. Those two are as thick as thieves sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And she's been seen chatting to Taylor Irwin. Not chatting, do you know what I mean? But, it's been civil.
I mean, Taylor's pretty fucking chill.
And she's been seen chatting to Pavel once or twice. But mainly she hangs around with a lot of Guru. Seamus is a known person who hangs around with Clara.
Exactly. Like, I can think of plenty of Guru, but what kind of connections could she give him to another Guru from the Sept that he couldn't get already? Is the thing.
It's very... again, I've got to ask the right questions, Maeve. Not be a butt.
So, does that make her the girl or the middleman to the girl?
Excuse me?
Well, you said it was a girl.
I did.
And you said that she was helping you, but not in the way that I thought.
Not in that way either.
It's funny because, like, she's seen Clara a number of times, but she doesn't really interact with her on a close level. So she's sitting here just trying to go back through, like, okay, Clara's always hanging out with Crew. A lot of times she's hanging out with the Ragabashes. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Clara helped with certain things that needed to be done in terms of assisting with perspective.
Yours or someone else's?
It wasn't my own perspective, it was more she made a point that I could no longer ignore.
What's that?
Sometimes a lion has to remind the others of the Pride Land that it is still who it is.
I can see the logic.
Nodding. Like he just nods. That's a good point to make. Given certain situations, it is something that needed to happen.
How are you going to do that?
Oh, it's already been done.
The eyebrows pop up the tiniest bit.
Just says very matter of factly. Well, the first step at least.
Have I even seen Eve today? Like out in public?
Eve McTighe? No. I mean, you might have seen her in the fire hall. But I think you might have last saw her with Oisin, actually.
Alright.
You have not seen Shayna. I'll give you that, Maeve. You have not seen her.
Nope. And I get the funny feeling it was one of those things where it's like, I need to go do this and probably didn't breathe a fucking word about it being Daniel.
I'll put it like this, Maeve. Her brother's, well, he's moved out from where you guys are.
Where's he staying now?
In the temporary lodgings in Brooks Rest. It looks like what's happening is he got moved out there and now he's being arranged to move elsewhere.
Yeah, that's just kind of thoughtfully studying. Don't suppose you know anything about Shayna getting sent off?
That's over. Just watching your reaction. The look on your face.
Maeve is not so stupid that it's not some relief that Shayna, presumably of her own volition, decided that, she needed something this sept couldn't give her. She needed a chance to catch up and make herself ready for a place like this. So she's not especially angry or distressed. I mean, it's another pack mate gone, but considering everything that just happened, it was kind of the whew. So she's curious, but it's not accusatory. She doesn't look hurt. She doesn't look angry.
Did you think I would allow such a whelp to continue to humiliate my family. I had heard that there was plans to do other things to her, and I decided enough was enough.
And her brother?
He will be put to a proper sept where actual guru can care for him. She will not have custody of him ever again. She just keeps walking.
Well, she just kind of like nodding along, like, okay, oof, Jesus.
Oh yeah, he said proper guru. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's some bitterness in there. Maybe just a little touchy touch.
If anything, Maeve, it's not bitterness, it's just cold. Just dismissal, like she is nothing but like an insect passing his paw. You know what I mean? It is you are not even. It's the idea that she is not even worth the idea of her having kinfolk ever again. You know what I mean?
Don't suppose he's lucky enough to go back to Tara, where he at least has family.
He will go where he is sent. Thankfully, he has not done anything wrong, so he will continue to serve his family. Though, she will serve outside of this aisle. She will serve in Sept of the Copper Door, where she can pretend to be a Fianna with minimal risk of such action.
Yeah, she just not.
How are you doing there, Maeve?
I mean, Maeve isn't. Look, man, Maeve has been trying to figure out.
It's not even about change. Like looking at Daniel, how are you doing?
She doesn't mind the idea. Like, if it was resolve and just firmness, it would be one thing. The coldness is new, and she's not sure that she likes it. The idea that, like, in the end, he's still a kid. He didn't do anything wrong. In theory, his family and Tara should be able to take care of him fine. The idea of sending him back to family was kind of whisked off with a hand is a bit of a shock. So, if anything, maybe concerned, because that's not like Daniel. Not to be cold. A lot of things, but not cold.
That fool is lucky. And her family should count themselves lucky.
Well, I know.
No, you don't, Maeve. It's just that he doesn't mean to be. He's not trying to be snide. He just says it very matter of factly. With everything that is going on currently, her actions, however small, the fact that she could not even honor a simple debt to the very end, considering what they were already saying about us on Sept and with Silver Tara becoming the bulkhead of many diplomatic negotiation.
That finally gets the nod of like, oh, okay, I see. At least she finally, like, it's not stuff that's common sense to her. So when he spells it out, she's like, oh, I can see why you would want her there.
So, it is better to lance a plagial pus with cold iron than let it fester anymore. Should she return to the Sept, he just lets out a breath, very like, you can see he doesn't like talking like this. You know what I mean? She can see it. He doesn't like this. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I will hold that to her family and to their position as our banner lords. I will call the banners to them.
there's just a little nod of like, oh, okay, we're that serious. Holy shit. At least he doesn't look happy to be that way. And
No, he doesn't look happy. I mean, he
Actually-
doesn't. You know, he doesn't like talking like that, but it's necessary. You know what I mean?
she just nods because, I mean, she can't blame him. His family was in an awkward position already, and every little thing she did made it that much more precarious. Even if they were small things, every, centimeter towards the ledge is still a centimeter. They add up. I'm sorry that I didn't do better with her.
It is not your fault. You're not the alpha nor the beta.
No, she just proved truer than I ever really understood it. The old proverb of leading a horse to water.
No, do not deserve her that kindness. It's just very, again, steel, Maeve.
No, it's the whole idea that, you know what, I tried, but I can lead her
No,
to
he-
water all day, but I can't.
That's basic. That's basically it. Don't deserve her that kindness. Look, he glanced over his shoulder. She was an arrogant fool, a self-indulged, arrogant fool, and that's what she will be remembered as. Do not give your kindness to that. Instead, take it as the lesson that it is. That our pride is our greatest strength and yet our greatest weakness.
Well, she'll bob along and nod to that.
And
Taking
that,
it
cha-
personally.
and that change will need to happen as a result in all of us. These are great times of stress and peril and fortitude, which will prove the making or undoing of many individuals.
That's all.
So it is time to stop this behavior which has created what we have seen.
Tolerance.
What did you say, sir?
Tolerance. I'm questioning
Not-
tolerance.
Not tolerance. You can be tolerant of those who are struggling. But this attitude and this expectance. As if they expect things to be easy, as if they expect things the way they want them, that if they stomp their feet on the ground loud enough, they'll get what they want. Tolerance for those who struggle, like the Cubs, is of course part of the training. But I'm tired of seeing people stamp their feet and demand things when they have no right. They have not bled for it, they have not earned it. In fact, if I am being honest, Maeve, he glances over, it's the first time you see Dan. He's galliarding. You can see it. You can see it rising in him. Do you know what I mean?
She's watching. He's definitely got her attention. She's still walking right alongside.
I do not believe some people around here even deserve the rank that they attained while they were stomping their feet. And that is not my bias against anyone in particular. I no longer hold that grudge. It is a waste of time and it got us nowhere. and many dead bodies are laying on our door, mine, and many others because of it. Cackling Thunder thinks he can intimidate me then, or if anyone else wishes to say something to me, or whisper behind my back, or anything at all, talk to me as if I'm a fool. I no longer care. I do not have to like these people, but I know that they fight for Gaia, and that is enough for me now. I am more concerned with the people who bled and died. I am more concerned with the people around that are still continuing to fight. I will never have another Shayna on this sept again.
There's a, you know what? There's a firm bob of the head. It's the kind
I'll-
of the understood kind
I'll
of.
put it like this: there is so much passion behind that line, Maeve. You believe it. Like he's a Galliard man. I mean, you can even start to feel it yourself. You know what I mean? He's got that edge to him. When Daniel gets going, he's one of the best. You know what I mean?
Working up all of her loose feels on the whole thing. Oh god.
But even some other people's behavior, like you kind of sit back and you look from everybody, from Sean to even to Rory to some of these people's behavior. He's like, no, he's right. You know what I mean? Even what have we been doing? Do you know what I mean?
Squabbling. A lot of it.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's not
Wait.
favoritizing anybody. He's even said himself, I indulged in it. You know what I mean? He's not hiding behind any pretense and rivalries. He's being very honest.
So what do you plan to do?
You ready, Maeve?
Nope.
Lead.
It's funny because he says it, he's got all that conviction in there's a smile. Because she's not one of the people who's looked at him and like, oh, of course he'll lead one day, whatever. It's she knows he's capable of doing it. He hasn't wanted to. He hasn't felt either the right to or that he's prepared to or whatever has been holding him back the whole time. Now he's decided he's going to do it.
I will struggle. Nods to himself. I am not. There's a lot of me that is not worthy to lead yet.
Why not? When you were a people follow. I've watched it. What part of you can possibly think that you don't have everything that you need?
Because I failed to come back. I failed my promise to my mother. And while people may say that there was no way I could account for that,
It still matters to you.
nodding.
What part of Sept are we on by now?
Farmer's Path. Been walking the Farmer's Path for a hot minute, so let's see. You're probably actually walking along. You go through the Farmer's Path. You're coming along. You're in the in-between between the Weird Tower and the Foreman's Tower because they're all part of the east, that section where the statues of Auburn are, if you get me. They're all part of that former gate, you know?
You know what? Former gate is a convenient way to be because that means I don't have to go to a particular point to head off of Sept.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she hates it. She hates the pain. And just out of nowhere, she snacks his hand and just goes, "Come on."
Gone over like what?
And she like joinks him off the path. Blah!
Hang on, I'll make us laugh before the serious movements. Where is it now? You're like, come on! You start yanking his hand, and he's like, wait, oh, what?
Yeah, she just looks back. Come on.
All right. Kind of gives this the most apprehensive, like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, thankfully, it's not like she's stripping as she goes or something. No.
God, I think Daniel would fucking stop working at that point.
Daniel would just straight blue screen. That'd be hilarious. You watch this part of the wall more than I do. What's the best place to cross through without somebody seeing?
The Foreman's Tower.
She just diverts slightly.
He's like, oh, what?
Because we are going on a walk now.
Yeah, you cross over at the Foreman's Tower. Daniel looks mega confused.
Not necessarily like as in cross the gauntlet so much as like where can we cross out of Sept? She basically there's a lot of Therages on Sept and there's a lot of spirits.
Oh yeah, you're
things.
walking down part of the Foreman's Tower, so you're walking into the woodland. You're still on the Protectorate, but you're nowhere near like where you heard that whistling, singing, and all that. Well, since the Pale Eye's dead too, but do you know what I mean? It's like you're still in the boundaries of Sept, but you're in the safer areas. You're in the forest.
Oh yeah. I mean, even in the forests, she'll be keeping an eye out for the crows. She knows that Gway here uses them. She's keeping an eye out for the squirrels. Nope. Nobody gets to hear this. I don't care if I have to yank him entirely off Sept. Fuck it.
The squirrels are like, run away. We should probably shoot them away because they were following you.
I mean, the one following her is totally allowed to follow her. It's not listening to her.
Yeah, he just does that. Whoa, pokes his head out, pokes his head back in, pokes his head out, pokes his head back in, pokes his head out.
No, she will make sure that she is well outside of the boundaries that most people.
No, a bird spots you and then you fucking eagle eye it and it just like goes and flies away. Do you know what I mean?
Nope.
Yeah, bye. See you later.
You know, if it stuck around, I could have sicked a squirrel on it.
Yeah.
The most amazing aerial combat.
No, that fucking bell just like no, runs.
Right, yeah, she pulls him out. She does take out it's gotta look so weird to Daniel that she's like, all right, we're walking. We're going here. This seems fuck you, Crow. Okay, good. Pulls out the fucking mirror. Starts taking a good look around, just to be sure. She's not paranoid or anything. Just leading him along by the hand the whole time, like the most insistent kid sister he's ever fucking experienced in his life. Which I imagine he's experienced her, like Fiona just snagging by the hand and marching him off somewhere.
No, he just kind of stares at you, kind of like, is there a point to where we're going?
Yes.
Well, then I would like to know. You know, it kind of gives us like Maeve. Do you know what I mean?
I just wanted to be sure no one was listening.
And why is that? You can see the apprehension on his face. Like, what? Do you know what I mean?
Because I want to talk to you. And if I tell you this, it's the kind of thing others can't know.
Very well.
Because I can't stand the way that memory hurts you.
Kind of
Yeah.
raises an eyebrow at her.
Because
Like you can see just the sus just appear on his face.
it's not fair. And it wasn't your fault.
All right. Where is this going, Maeve?
Can I trust you not to repeat it?
Is it that important to you?
I know that if people knew, it would hurt you. And it would hurt your family. And I don't want that.
He just nods. I mean, you can see he appreciates the seriousness of it. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, for God bless her, at least she is very good at being very earnest.
Very well. Let us hear what is so terrible then.
Daniel, what happened to your mother wasn't bad luck. It wasn't natural, and it wasn't your fault. There's no way you could have known how quickly she would die. It wasn't a natural disease. It wasn't just some unlucky septic infection. It wasn't any of that.
And you have proof of this. Kind of raises like I mean he doesn't raise an eyebrow at skepticism. He's just like staring at you like you know what I mean? It's like Maeve, I am growing ever more sus.
See, yes. Not that I can physically produce, but that you can see, yes.
And how is that?
She just like reaches up and taps her temple.
Kind of raises an eyebrow at her. Why can't you just tell me?
I don't have the physical evidence anymore.
You do realize that just random memories and images are even harder to explain. Is I'm not tapping into a pack link.
I wasn't planning to involve them.
No, but
You
it kind of gives that like
the castle, and I found something, and we quickly put it away. I found the laboratory that belonged to the Black Alchemist. Daniel. There's a painting of your mother in there. Yep, please don't kill me.
Fine. I don't think you can get frenzy.
I couldn't leave it there when I found it. I found books. I stumbled into memories. The Black Alchemist poisoned your mother, Daniel. With the help of his pack. He handcrafted something that wouldn't show us Wormish that he could send someone that no one would suspect, that no one would see, to give to her.
Maeve,
Oh.
he doesn't flip out and like slam you into things. No, instead, your mind gets opened. I'll put it like that.
Oh. Yeah, she makes sure that, I mean, at this point, by the time they've gotten there, she's shuttered the rest.
He don't give a fuck if you're resistant or if you. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, on the bright side, she's not, but like, considering that as she's talking, she's bringing these things up in her mind, like remembering the details of what she saw, what she found.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there in the forefront. It's what she's thinking about.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. It's just maybe the sensation of having a mind link just it's there. Just, do you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, the eyes just kind of like go a bit wide because, oh god,
I know
very aggressive.
The glare. You know what I mean? That's a glare got up her age. You know what I mean?
To her credit, she is not necessarily focusing on the people she was with. She's thinking about the things that she looked at, that she held.
Mm-hmm. There's like a couple of like, I would describe it as very, very nervous minutes of silence. You know what I mean?
It is one of those things where there's like the weird eye contact where he's intense and she's just kind of like, oh. And I mean, the weird thing is that if he asks a question, even if it's not out loud, it will prompt, the answer to just kind of bubble up into the front of her head before she can even put it in words. He's got it.
Maybe he rakes to your head like a fucking, like he's just ripping something apart. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Doesn't even care if he's answering questions. Just give me it's that type of thing. It's information. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I mean, it's rough. It's really heavy-handed for Daniel, but she knew this was her subject. She just kind of tries to weather it.
And once he, like I said, some terrifying minutes of silence pass before he just lets out a breath. And you can feel the mind link close. Who else knew of this? I will not. I will not break what I have promised. But I think I deserve the right to know who else knew about this.
All right.
I will not wrench it from your mind. If you are in any way as tied together in friendship as you say we are, you will not lie to me.
And she will explain. He got a series, I imagine, a series of like flashes of visions, all that stuff, kind of gobbledygooked.
Yeah.
That he's gonna have to put together. So she'll explain. We went on this mission with these people. We found this. We started putting it together. And when we realized what damage it could do to your family, this helped. We agreed it had to stay unknown.
Shayna Cassidy knew.
He was there.
I see.
It's the kind of pain to look like, dude, she was there. I couldn't have her not know, sadly.
And she did all this damage to my family. I'm going to ask this very carefully. And no matter how much hurt you feel in your heart, Know that I am asking this to make sure that I am wrong. Was that deliberate?
Her knowing or all the things that she did.
Considering the information I have received of you knowing a terrible secret, and then suddenly my family is discredited by that woman who was a member of your pack. You can imagine how the mind works.
I honestly don't believe it was malicious, Daniel.
Was it ordered? You know what I mean? He finally raises his voice. You know what I mean? You can see he's controlling himself. It's like he needs to hear that it wasn't true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I'll put it this way. She never, obviously, it didn't occur to her that that's what he meant, even.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, yeah, there's that little bit of, like, oh. But he gave her warning. It just startles her blatantly. And she, as soon as she has her wits back around her, just starts shaking her head. No. Daniel, no. No, every decision we made was to protect your family, not to hurt them. I tried to make a case later on, and they talked to me about the implications from other seps from Trispiral, and very terrified it would do so much more damage than good. But I can't let you keep blaming yourself for something that's not your fault.
I see.
I don't know which memories he got, but knife just broke a promise.
Oh, that's why he just nods very grimly. Like, I'll put it like this, maybe. He's keeping himself together. But that man is... Do you know what I mean?
I mean, there's a reason she is not making any attempt to close distance or to touch him. She's just trying to be open and honest and clear.
And I respect you for taking such a serious thing. And what you did to tell me this. That took a lot of courage. If you'll forgive me, my heart does sting.
She nods. It's slowly, carefully, but understanding.
I mean, he's not trying to lash out at you, but you can... It's like, mate, the guy just found out that everyone was keeping the secret from him, and he's understandably hurt, you know what I mean?
Thankfully a pretty small group, but nonetheless.
But you can tell he's doing his best. He's like, I appreciate what you did, but bro, fuck, do you know what I mean? That's pretty much in non-Daniel speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, she stays relatively quiet and just kind of gives him a minute to put his fucking thoughts back in line. Hell, she needs a minute to put hers back in line after getting them all jumbled around.
I will not forget this, and I will keep the secret, understanding the consequences of it.
He's like doing that kind of unsteady breathing, isn't he?
Yep.
She will not even throw in a little thing at the end. He will come to that conclusion. He is a smart boy. She does not need to throw anything on at the end. She just
Oh, what was she planning to throw on the at the end? I'm
just
curious.
a little like, it's essentially everything is, all of this is a lot, but at least he knows who to blame now. So it's, the thought was to say, but at least now you know.
That's probably where the anger is coming from.
And yep, he spent a long time blaming himself. She wants to see it shift. She's so.
That's probably where the anger is coming from, Maeve. Not gonna lie. Look, the man is approaching 6 rage. That you can tell where that anger is coming from. Now there is a bit of anger at the people who kept a secret from him, but the predominant anger, do you know what I mean?
Yep. Dope. That is why she is just letting him breathe and get himself, do what he needs to do. No final words on it, no nothing, just giving him a minute, not backing away, not moving forward. She doesn't know what kind of things set him off when he's like this. She's just gonna give it to him.
I will ensure that there will be a raid and a recompense for this.
Let me know where you can target.
Yes. I do.
Did you pull that out of her head too?
Nope.
Oh.
Dan's a smart boy. He's like, you mentioned the Black Alchemist. Do you know what I mean? You can see it in his eyes. I'm going to get a fucking name where that motherfucker is. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
you can see it.
Boy. Yep.
Like, I don't care what the fuck I have to do. I'm going to get me the... Do you know what I mean?
That is why her only thing volunteering is like, I may know where you need to target.
Well, then, he just stopped. You can see he stops. Stops the weather. He was about to snarl, but he stops himself. You know what I mean? That breath. Find it.
You know what? Just to double check. Because you know what? It's not disrespectful. It's extremely respectful. Let me triple check my shit.
What you doing?
Just making sure I'm not a dumbass.
Why?
He said he wants to lead. He's really souped up right now. And you know what? Said with deference and respect is just, yes, sir.
And should anyone bicker or interfere, anyone, I do not care who they are and what they are to you. He leaves it at that. He feels that's enough. You know what I mean? Because make a big grand threat. Just, I don't care who the fuck they are. You know what I mean?
With you driven at the front, there won't be anything but a united front.
He glances over at her. Maeve.
Hmm?
Peony. And don't botch.
Why would you say that? You know what happens when you say that.
For the love of God, Maeve, don't botch this.
I mean, can I spend just to make sure?
If you want to, yes.
It's just literally just to make sure that I don't botch. Just in case. Not that I needed it. Jesus fucking Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then with the willpower 5.
Well, you can see the drive in him, yes, certainly. The look he's giving you, though, it's analyzing. You know,
believes it 110.
oh, like, but the look he gives you, though, when you're like, there will be a united front, Daniel, and it's this stare as if he's assessing you.
Ironically, Daniel's one of the few people who doesn't make her feel any need to back down. She believes what she's saying. She's not challenging him with her eyes. She's just,
Oh, he's not looking for a challenge, Maeve. Oh, no.
well, for once, she's not trying to settle behind someone or deflect the attention. No,
If
she's-
anything, he's measuring the statement of your words and why you're choosing to say them.
Is he throwing a peony? Is he trying to suss?
Yes, I will peony.
Do it. Don't botch either. Jesus.
He only gets the 2 successes. Poopy roll for him.
I mean, look, so it would be easy to assume an ulterior motive. A lot of shit's been going on the sept. Ulterior motives are kind of the name of the game.
Considering the info he's just gotten, yeah, you don't. Can you blame him? Do you know what I mean?
No, I can't. Here's the thing. From the day Maeve came to Sept, Daniel has presented himself and essentially effectively been her hero. He's the one who carried her to Sept. He's the one who carried her when they pulled her out of the tunnel. He's been the person she goes to when she's at her worst. She looks at him like he's her hero. And in this case, it's that same just honest to God belief. It's, some people would call that kind of innocent, strong belief like that naive. But in this case, it's a very well-placed thing. It's honest to God, pure belief that he is capable of it and he is worthy of it, and that surely if he can step up and lead these packs and give them something to unite over, they'll all fall into line. Of course they will, because it's Daniel.
I mean, you can see it. I wouldn't say it's the burden of the crown or anything like that, but you can see. Do you know what I mean?
It's definitely not a thing where, I expect you to be your dad. It's just, if you're at the front, everyone's going to follow you.
It's not even that. You can just see it. It's this. It's just the way he's standing. You know what I mean? That is a man who ultimately has come to a crossroads in his life and hearing this new information. That is a man who is accepting the direction he's about to go in and the burden that's going to come with it, the price of putting that on his back. That is a very man who has accepted it in that moment. You know what I mean? That's what I'll give you.
He's even shinier. At least
What?
it's one of those things where it's a very, you've got to imagine that from Maeve's perspective, a lot of things that she hasn't seen before, they still are kind of storybookish to her. To her, this is that illustration where someone steps into that role, and I mean, suddenly, at least from her eyes, it's that much more magnificent. Like, he's accepted a direction, but to her, oh.
I do not say this out of cruelty, and you are not one of the party that I will say this to. I will not tell them that I am privy to this knowledge that you have shared with me, and you are not. This is not the opinion I hold towards you. Before I continue, he says this very matter-of-factly. He wants it. He emphasizes that. Do you know what I mean? Emphasizes it.
Okay.
I will serve with these people and I will do my duty. But I cannot look upon their faces, not the ones who knew. I will fight beside them, I will bleed for them, and I will save their lives time and time again on the battlefield. But I cannot look upon their faces off it. Not for a long time. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's. I mean, it's a shame, but if he wasn't this passionate about it, she'd be kind of concerned.
It's the idea of like, I'll do everything I can. I will never be rude to these people, but he'll always have a shield up around them from now on. Except you, because you came and told him. You know what I mean? You said, fuck it. I value you that much. I'm going to break my word, but because I value you that much. And he respects that. He respects the sacrifice you made for it. You know what I mean? He's annoyed and he's upset, like understandably. You know what I mean? But he's not going, but fuck you though. You know what I mean?
It's gotta be the most backhanded compliment that a group of people could keep something this important from you, but literally because they thought it would damage you and everyone you gave a shit about.
Exactly.
It is the most backhanded compliment ever.
You can see the hurt, and you can see the hurt in him. And you can see his opinion. He doesn't lower about you, though, because you came and you know what? You believed it. You believed in him. That is all he's ever wanted from his father. Belief. That was the entire point of why he beats himself up, because he didn't make it home to hear his mother be proud of him and believe in him.
I understand.
You are not a member of this.
Thank you.
I will give you this as well. Should I hear anyone who denounces my name again, I will throat them.
Understood.
Just nods to himself as if he's just, again, maybe he's made up his mind.
Yeah, he is putting his feet down for the first time or two on this idea and going, "Yep, yeah, I could stand on this."
Mm-hmm. And if I do not throat them, they will hear from me.
Oh.
I'll make them.
Glance.
Glance is over.
You can't help but hear you.
As I said, you can tell he wants to say more, but Maeve, he is trying not to hurt your feelings. There you go, Maeve. How's that? How's your heart? How's your heart after that? He's trying not to hurt your feelings. Because he wants to say something. He wants to rag and scream, but he doesn't want to upset you. Because he knows that's your pack.
Aww.
How you doing there, Maeve?
I mean, it's one small step for man, one large step for his determination to kill that kind of talk in the Sept. He doesn't need to make threats. Once he's stepped into this, it's going to become really clear really fast. And Maeve believes him 100%. I'll make sure.
Now, if you excuse me,
Will not.
it's time. Excuse me. He just starts walking.
Yep. She just lets him go ahead and go. Gives him plenty of berth.
Maeve, he's heading to Standing Stones.
Oh, never mind following. Not close behind, just trailing along so that she can be within witnessing range.
I will put it up as a post, but Maeve, I will describe the atmosphere around it before I do it for everybody else in the post, but holy fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? All right, I will say it for you because you're here. You get a special little thing. The opening of the speech before we end the scene is, most of you are gathered here for honor, for family. I could talk about Gaia, I could talk about these things, but Gaia isn't going to see us where we're going. Honor isn't going to matter where we're going. But we already have, we fight for family, for all these things. And then I cannot scream as loud as Daniel does, but that is a snarl. I don't care what you do, so long as you, fight. You know what I mean? And I mean, maybe it echoes like a thunderclash. You know what I mean? Like his eyes blaze up like a fucking lion, and even in Hamid, his teeth seem to snarl. You know what I mean?
Man, if I had the kind of footing to put a spirit oomph behind him, I would. Not that he needs it. Jesus. No, her eyes just go huge and she just watches.
You can fight for, he even says you can fight for Gaia, you can fight for honor, you can fight for the Fianna, you can fight for your family, you can fight for yourself. I don't give a fuck. So long as you and then that's when it hits me. If you fight, you know what I mean? Just whoa. Like even, I'll put like this, even Gravelwalk kind of snaps his head like, whoa. You know what I mean? You can see Gravelwalk like, yes. You know what I mean?
Finally! God damn.
Like I'll put like this Gravelwalk in the background looks like a bulldog on fucking cocaine, man. He's already starting to froth. You know what I mean?
Oh, Gravelwalk.
And you know what? He even starts saying, when the information is given where this alchemist is, and I want him to hear me. I want him to fear me. We don't take prisoners. We don't take anything. The only thing he'll hear is my scream before I fucking rip out his fucking spine and mount it on my wall. And then who gets in my way? Well, they get to see a beast. And he tosses the little, whatever bit of blade that he has on the ground, as if I'm saying I ain't using the blade, I'm using these fucking hands. Do you know what I mean? That is a right of boasting, Maeve. I will kill him with these fucking hands. Do you know what I mean?
Whew.
And he just slams the fucking blade down, breaking it over his knee in Glabro form.
Damn. Bay.
So what's Maeve's reaction? Because I would do a big post about this, but I want Maeve there, who's in the thick of it, because people are watching. You know what I mean? People are like, "Oh, well, what? Excuse me, what? You know what I mean? Oh,
What?
Gravel Walk though, man, he's all about this shit. He's like, you know what I mean? I mean, I'll put it like this: he is. You know what? Orla is too. Orla's like, yeah. You know what I mean? Orla and Gravel Walk are losing it because you know.
It's about fucking time.
To be fair to poor Runa.
Oh, Runa. Oh my god.
That's Runa. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Literally vibrating. Oh, Runa.
To be fair, you know who else is watching?
Oh. Oh. Oh boy.
Maeve, you see emotion on her face, man.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
What kind of emotion we talking there, Torna?
Happiness.
She's fucking ecstatic, isn't she?
Yeah, she's happy. Of course she's happy. You know who else? I'll put it like this, Maeve. You see the following people. Where is he now? In the distance, you see him leaning up against his brother. He looks a bit weak.
Oh.
He doesn't have he's not like breaking down in emotion or anything. He's leaning up against his brother. Again, he looks frail looking. You know what I mean? But he's doing that thing where I totally am not frail looking, but I totally am. You know what I mean? But he's watching. That's right, Maeve. He did it.
Oh.
I mean, he's not watching again, Maeve. You can tell he's not breaking out into mass emotion, but he's there in the very back. Yeah,
Still
watching.
a huge achievement.
Mm-hmm. Now his brother is holding on to him, and he looks amazing. I'll put it like this: the way Tristan's a clever boy, he's holding him up, but Jesus, Maeve, he looks a wreck.
Oh, Big Daddy Galliard.
But he's still watching. You will also see Fiona Boo getting all emotional over her brother. You know what I mean?
Aww.
And you swear you see.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go, Maeve. Would you like anything there?
Aww. Yeah.
You also see Duncan fangirling like fuck in the background as well.
Fucking flailing. All right.